Caps for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, as we want to recognize all of our student athletes, please welcome the Taylor
Yellow Jackets of Taylor.
Squad.
Brian, Indian Hill comes into this game 3-1 in the league. Taylor comes into the league 3-1. Their overall record is 7-1. Ours is 4-2. Obviously, our two losses overall are against St. X and Deer Park.
Right.
So looking at the records is not the telltale sign to this game tonight as we get ready to announce the starting lineup for Taylor and the starting lineup for the Braves.
Right. Yeah, interesting. I mean, these teams have played exactly the same schedule within the league, both losing to Deer Park, both beating Madeira, both beating Marymount, both beating Reading. The difference, I guess, Rob, would be the out-of-conference. As you mentioned, the Braves going out, playing an Anderson team that all of a sudden has almost gotten to 500 in the ECC, and then going to St. X, a game in which the Braves won 3 of the 4 quarters and lost that game by just 8 points to a St. X team that's had a lot of good wins and is back. So we'll see how that plays out tonight, how much that out-of-conference schedule has helped the Braves.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night here. The Braves are coming back after Christmas break. Their last game was here at the Indian Hill Gymnasium. We got Ty Thornton starting for the Braves. Got Trey Lopez, Wyatt Walks, Mateo Lopez, the second half of the Lopez and Lopez law firm, and then the enforcer inside, Luke Robinson.
Can you represent yourself, Rob? Is that possible?
Can I represent myself?
Yeah, if you're a law firm, Lopez and Lopez. Something happens, Trey gets a technical. Could Mateo represent him, or vice versa?
They would hire the law firm of Young, Robinson, Whitehead.
Yes.
So, the Braves come in off a big win against Reading, a big win against Marymount, a big win against Madeira. A heartbreaker against St. X, like you said, one of our 2 losses. And the Braves were actually winning that game with 4 minutes left in the game. They were actually up by 6 with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, just got blitzed in the second quarter. I mean, really, that's what that game comes down to. Braves really controlled most of that basketball game, and again, against a very good St. X team. So this is a good one. I had a chance to see these guys. One guy to watch out for. You know all about the Braves. But for Taylor, Taylor has got a sophomore that is a tremendous player, Danny Austin. Look forward to seeing him tonight, number 2.
Yeah, he's kind of the leader of this team. It's a young team. Obviously, the senior player on this team's number 11, who knows Trey and Josh very well. They've been playing against each other since the second grade. Luke inside, missing off the mark. The one area the Braves hopefully you've been working on during this off time from games over the last 2 weeks, hopefully has been the shooting. And Luke draws a blocking foul against number 14.
Yeah, 24.
Is that 24?
Yeah, 24.
Harriet Hilbert.
Yeah, Hilbert. Hilbert plays really hard. I mean, he is one of those guys that's a high school basketball player, loves the game, and just plays really hard. I had a chance to see him play against Marymount, and just seemed to be playing harder than everybody else.
Now, this is a varsity squad that only has 2 seniors on it. You've got Bennett Wellher, who is an outstanding running back for Taylor, a senior. And he's the one I was mentioning. He's played against Josh and Trey since 2nd grade and always plays hard, plays smart. Braves are unable to connect on those foul shots, so it's a 0-0 game with about a half a minute off the clock here. Lopez out on the ball.
Yeah, so Mateo Lopez
in,
getting the
dishes it
matchup
out.
defensive assignment for Danny Austin.
Nice backdoor pass and the foul on Mateo.
Yeah, Austin, a tremendous perimeter player, has shot the 3 ball really, really well, over 40% this year. But, one of the things I think that surprises people is the number of times he's gotten to the free throw line, 42 times to date. He's on pace to get there over 100 times. And
he gets his own rebound. So the Braves are unable to get the rebound, giving Taylor another opportunity on the offensive set. Another foul on the Braves. That'll be 2 fouls on the Braves. He'll be at the line shooting 2.
Yeah, Austin getting to the line again. We're just talking almost 100, on pace for over 100. And really for a guy, 6'1", that's a perimeter-oriented player, that is tremendous, what he can do to put pressure on defenses. Coach's son got a dad and uncle that both played at Elder. Dad that coached at Fairfield, did a great job at Fairfield, stepped aside to be with the family, and it paid off. His son's a phenomenal player.
Lane violation on Taylor. It'll be a 3-0 game. Taylor.
81% shooter from the line, so unusual to see him miss a couple here.
Trey just broke somebody's ankle at midcourt. Rebound by Lopez, puts it back in. Great follow-through by Lopez on that missed shot.
Yeah, Lopez leading
That's going to be an offensive foul on number 10, Josh Baddett, the other senior on the team.
Trey Lopez with 2 offensive boards already in this game, averaging 9 boards a game. He's among the league leaders in the CHL.
Yeah, he's 3rd in the league with 9, averaging 9 a game. Right behind Michael Clay from Finneytown and Isaiah Walker, the phenom from Wyoming.
Yeah, he's playing really well.
Braves are playing a little sloppy here, but Walks gets it inside, gets his own rebound, goes back up, and gets the second chance basket. The Braves go up 4-3. Lopez bringing some pressure. Dishes it off. Open 3 off the mark. Looks like Mateo Lopez just called for his 2nd foul. So the Braves have 3 team fouls. Well, looks like
Hilbert, just taking that 3, he's shot 5 of them so far on the year, so less than 1 a game. One way to make it hard on the Braves with Luke Robinson is to get out and shoot the basketball.
That's going to go against Luke.
Yeah, and although Hilbert, didn't touch the ball in the corner, him being in the corner caused Luke to start in a help position further away from the basket than what you would like. And Taylor able to take advantage.
So the Braves with 4 team fouls. There's 2 fouls on Luke already here in the first quarter. He'll go to the bench, and Amari Whitehead will come in for the Braves. Amari's been a great 6-man off the bench for the Braves, always brings a spark. Great athletic kid, looking at a couple places to play college football.
Yeah, you knew the energy was going to be there. You knew he was going to be a guy that could guard and possessions, 50-50 balls. I've been really impressed with what he's done offensively to the beginning of the year.
Whitehead picks up the ball, get credited with the steal, dishes it off to Lopez, goes in, walk with the rebound and the 2 points.
Wide walks continues to just be incredible in tight spaces. Getting 2 hands on the ball, getting control, and able to finish.
Lopez fouls. That'll be his first foul. No, second foul on Trey. So the Braves have got 5 team fouls already with 5:42 left in this matchup. You like guys to play tough, but the refs are calling just about everything.
I haven't seen a good exchange like that between player and coach since Joey Fiore, the oldest of the Fiore boys, was playing here at Indian Hill. Love the passion. Absolutely love it.
So Young's going to come in for Lopez. You know, Young is kind of their utility player. He can play big. He can play shooting guard. He can actually bring the ball up the court.
I don't know what's going on down here with these free throws. Taylor with a rough start to the game from the line, but we've got a really, really small cheerleader down there that I think might be distracting them.
I think that's it. Amari Whitehead drives into the lane, dishes it out to Thornton, swings it around to Lopez to Young, who swings it. Got to step into those passes, boys.
You know, Austin, again, talk about Coach's son, just reading the opportunity there and able to cash in.
So it's a 6-6 game here with a little over 5 minutes left in the game. Thornton takes a shot. It's going to be off the mark. Young tries to get the rebound. Shots up off the mark. Wyatt with the rebound as the Braves come up the court. Foul on.
Yeah, it looks like Whitehead for the illegal screen. He was moving, but I like it. I like the finish to it, too. Ty Thornton able to face the basket, find his guy, and long enough to be able to deliver it to him. That's a good-looking play. Braves get caught on a moving screen, but nonetheless, a lot to like there. These two teams, Rob, very similar, not only in the schedule that they've played, but the way that they play the game. I happen to think Indian Hill's a little deeper, a little
Whitehead with another steal coming up the court. Loses his handle. It's going to be a 1-on-2 situation.
Austin doing a great job getting up in front of the basketball to get that pass and then finishing in contact. And looks like Coach Birch going to call a timeout. Started the game with Mateo Lopez on Danny Austin. And Danny having a good first couple of minutes. But this is a Braves team that I think is just a little bit deeper, a little bit longer, but very similar. A lot of skilled players here at Taylor. And Taylor really, Rob, you look over the last, what this program looked like 5 years ago. I thought they were more playing football than they were playing basketball. You know, it was the one place you knew you were going to be on the floor all the time, and it wasn't always just hard play. I felt like a lot of times it was just, you know, hey, look, we're not as talented, so we think we can foul you. Different program today, completely different. I had a chance to see their freshman team, their JV team. You did the game. Really a good group and well coached and a lot of skilled players.
So the Braves are going to have to settle it down here a little bit and move the ball around, work on penetrating the interior, which always opens up those outside shots. And we talk about that a lot, Brian, is Amari trying to.
Yeah.
A little bit of rugby going on here. And Young's going to get called for the blocking foul. I'll take that. Not just because it's my kid. But
right. Well, I'm glad you – hey, I like the way you think. I mean, the last thing you want is Dad up here saying, why did you do that? I love it. Love the support there, Rob. Yeah, you know, right now this game just a little bit up and down, a little bit of a test of wills and toughness, and Taylor acquitting themselves very well. Boy, these free throws, you know, I think that's the fourth that they've missed. It could be something that they think about later in this game. They always have a way to come back and bite you. Missed free throws.
So it's a 9-6 game with 3:38 left here in the first quarter. This is a little, what I'd call kind of a lull of a quarter. It's not very fast-paced, a little sloppy. Braves have yet to really get set up in their offense. Taylor's trying to bring the press. Mateo fakes two guys out, goes up, misses the shot. Watts with the rebound.
Doing what Wyatt does.
Young cuts it off at the lane, forcing.
Sophomore for Taylor in the game, number 14, Jacob Swigard. He's going to take the ball here in the corner. You talk about a kid that gets up and down the floor. 5'6", sophomore.
Young cuts him off again at the lane. Travel. Great defense by Wyatt Watson and Josh Young that time, causing the turnover.
Eventually, if you have to dribble the ball and pass it enough, you're probably going to turn it over. Great job by the Braves to deny a couple of times, and Braves basketball.
Young with a little jumper, a little off the mark.
Here we go.
And we're off to the races.
And one. Well,
so they'll make it an 8-9 game. Lopez at the line.
Yeah, he's going to be shooting two. Yeah, Braves great job there to get out and get going. Mateo doing a great job to avoid that straight on contact, and as a result, call goes his way. It's a block.
In and out of the hoop. There'll be an 8-9 game. Taylor coming up. Thornton in and makes the two. Nice little layup by Thornton there.
Well, I tell you what, Taylor really attacking the basket right now. And got to give these kids credit. Very strong with the basketball. I think the Braves are about to get going, though, Rob. Coming out of this timeout.
This will be one of the lowest scoring quarters for the Braves if they don't turn it up a little.
Yeah, interesting. Looking at these two teams, we talked about it. They played the same in-league schedule so far. Indian Hill scoring 64 points against those four teams we mentioned: Madeira, Marymount, Reading, Deer Park, scoring 64, giving up 44. Taylor scoring 55, giving up 52. Both teams 3-1 against those four. And Taylor actually played a really good game against Deer Park. Could get them the next time they play them.
Travel by Watts.
All right. A little bit of contact there. Ty talking to the official. Doing his best impersonation. Remember Dawson Eichholz.
There you go.
Some classic conversations with officials. I don't know what was said. but I know it was a lot. Rob, just feels like this Braves team is looking to get a rebound, get out and run the floor a little bit here.
Some are all up and blocked.
I like it, though. I like pushing it. I think, Braves a deeper team. More guys, more minutes. And right now, one of the things that you always look at with the Braves is, who's the post player? What do they do? Wyatt Walk's making a living down there. But you always think about, who's the opposing post player? What do they do? And does that afford Luke Robinson an opportunity to be on the floor? Is it a guy that will go out to the perimeter?
Thornton with the and one. It's 14-13 game, an opportunity to go up by 2 here if we can make our free throws.
Yeah, good strong finish there by Ty Thornton and his brother here in front of us, Jalen Thornton, the West Virginia football player, like his father, John Thornton, and cheering on his brother. Love it. Ty Thornton with the quick catch and shoot. I like it.
It's a 15-13 game.
It's like your golf game, Rob. I mean, no sense in slowing it down and too many practice swings. Man, get up to the line, flip it, catch it, and let it go. Marion Kane. Boy, if anybody looks like a basketball player, it's Marion Kane.
Yes.
Long, long kid. I tell you, that young man, Hilvert, plays really hard. He will make you stop him. And they can do it. Braves got the guys to do it, but he's going to make them do it. How about Amari?
Well, what we really need to get in the game is the twin high flyers, Amari Whitehead and Josh Young. The only 2 guys on the team that can actually dunk the ball.
Well, that was a heck of a first quarter. On pace, obviously, both teams for 60 points. But, you think about Taylor, some missed free throws, opportunity to maybe be doing a little bit better. And then for Indian Hill, a couple of transition opportunities. Indian Hill not really able to take control of the
Let's
basketball.
take a look at this last basket for the Braves where they went up to 15-13. And what you're going to do is you're going to see this inbound pass here come in after Thornton.
Mission is to end distracted driving. Please come to the table in the hallway and sign a pledge to never text and drive.
Okay. I've just been informed we're not quite ready.
Rob, I like your.
All right, here's some highlights from the first quarter real quick for you. From the Braves on the scoring end, there's Amari Whitehead with a steal, comes up the court, dishes it off to Lopez, who misses. Rebound by Watts, who gets his first 2 of the game. So we're back to live action now. These are still
Braves
replays.
with quite a few putbacks and a lot of action right at the 10. Got some guys, the guards on this team, Walks, a second leading rebounder, Trey Lopez, both guys that get there.
So here we are, live action. It's a 17-17 game. Both teams have made a basket here at the beginning of the quarter. So you got Whitehead, Lopez, Thornton, blocked by Lopez, breaking up the court, dishes it to Watts, who goes up and makes the 2, looking for the and 1 call.
Absolutely. Official behind the body of the defender, unable to see it. But here again, we talk about Hilvert, how active he is, how hard he plays.
Bank shot from the 3, that makes it a 20-19 game.
Whether it's beating Amari on the baseline or that, drive and kick, doing a great job for Taylor. Love that. And Wyatt's going to get the bump there, which I think was a foul, but boy, the other one was quite a bit of contact. So Wyatt going to go to the line, leads this Braves team in getting to the line. And Rob, I really think that's part of being a complete basketball player, is being able to go to the basket and being able to do things in crowded space and draw contact.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at Wyatt, he's leading the team in scoring with 14.2 points per game.
Yeah, just an all-around basketball player. Positive assist to turnover ratio, rebounds the basketball, can score it away from the basket, mid-range, at the basket, fights for rebounds. Good free throw shooter, shooting 55% from the field.
And is leading all scorers in this game right now with 10.
Yeah, good things happen if you do things the right way. Wyatt Walk's showing that every night that he's out on the floor. They run a little almost Virginia type and usually looking for a three behind the screen, and there it was for Austin. Good job by the Braves. And again, if you make people reverse the basketball and hold it for a while, eventually, at the high school level, there's a good chance you're going to get a turnover. Mateo Lopez doing a great job to read that, get out on Danny Austin, take that shot away, led to a turnover.
Lopez with a three, making it a 24-20 game.
Trey Lopez not just sticking the three, a contested three. Nice shot there by Trey Lopez, leader of this team, senior. Plays as hard as anybody. Oh.
Going to call Whitehead for the foul there, or nope, they're just going to call it out of bounds.
Yeah, Trey got a hand in there. And again, Hilbert just so active, Rob. I just absolutely love it. This is the team. There you go. Wyatt Walks against mirror image, able to deliberately take the ball to the basket strong.
Thornton with a three, and he drains it. So the Braves are getting hot at the three as Taylor calls their first timeout.
Yeah, tight game all of a sudden, 7-point separation, and a couple of threes, one by Lopez, one by Thornton. And this Braves team jumping out. And nice to see Ty get that to go down. It sometimes looks like a lot of his approach to the game feeds off success, as is usually the case with people. But for him to get a shot to go down there, that's good.
So we're going to have a replay of the 2 3-pointers that have given us this 7-point lead. First one's going to be this nice contested shot by Lopez.
Yeah, good closeout, and
and Ty Thornton with a nice just step up three.
Love it about these guys. They're looking to score first, pass second. And if you are doing that, you're naturally going to face the basket and see what's available. And love the fact, that's one thing about this program, Rob. I don't think anybody ever gets questioned for shooting a basketball. They want you to shoot the basketball.
Nice defensive play by Lopez. Lopez bringing the ball up the court, dishes it to his brother Mateo, who wants to get in the scoring action. Taylor with the rebound. Lopez and Amari both trying to go for the steal.
Yeah, Austin asking for the foul and the reach, but, just running up against a quicker player in Trey Lopez. Sure, Danny getting that opportunity to get to the basket against most players, but Trey Lopez a little bit quicker. Oh, boy, good use of the body. You watch these two kids play against each other. Bennett Weir, not as skilled, I don't think, not as complete a player as Wyatt Walks, but they're similar in the sense they're both deliberate. They both take their time. They don't get rushed. It's a real treat to watch these kids play.
Lopez to Lopez up, and he gets a three, making it a 10-point game here by the Braves.
Yeah, Lopez and Thornton, I tell you what, they get those two guys hot. Unstoppable team.
To be at the line shooting 2. We'll see who this is against. This is against Mari. That'll be his second foul.
You know, Hilbert really consistently able to get what he wants on the baseline against these Braves defender. And Mari Whitehead and Trey Lopez, two really athletic kids, still able to get the ball to the spot on the floor and get it up on the rim. But again, here we go with the missed free throws. It's a one-possession game if Taylor makes its free throws.
So you got Young back in the game for the Braves. Taking a seat is Mari Whitehead.
Rob, I think that's going to be the difference in the game, this depth. These guys able to come in, you know, good players, the depth.
Thornton up with the shot, and it's nothing but air.
Lovey's not hesitating. Look at that. Boy.
Young shuts him out, walls him up. Thornton with the ball and the 2.
Ty Thornton being strong at the rim tonight. A couple of good finishes right at the bucket.
Young's going to draw another foul.
You know, he really is smart. I mean, the whole thing started with the up fake. Show the ball, get him to get up, you know, a little bit higher than Josh probably wanted to be. And at that point, you got to step. Been a hard guard for whoever it is that's on him so far tonight. Kind of reminds me of the kid from Madeira a few years ago whose dad played here, Freitag.
Right, yep.
Freitag was like that. Same type of build. And Madeira always has guys like that.
Tipped by Young to Lopez for the rebound. Lopez to Lopez. Off the mark.
Oh, jeez.
You know, and I know this is going to sound like a dad thing, but what a lot of people don't realize, you want to see the toughest guy out on that court, it's number 1. How many kids do you know have 3 knee surgeries in 3 years and still try to play the game?
Right, and play it on the floor and hustling. Absolutely.
And he wants to be out on the court more.
Yeah. No, but I mean, what I meant was, you know, diving for loose balls, getting on the floor. Boy, these kids are tough. I mean, really, think about that. The size differential and the speed differential with some of these guys, and yet Taylor able to get right to the basket. That time, number 4, Zvernik. I apologize if the family is watching it. Zvernik.
Well, you know, we do have a big international following tonight. There is a ski chalet in the French Alps tonight watching this game live.
I tell you,
Zach Young and his friends are all in France tonight watching the game live.
I love it.
After skiing all day, bringing in the new year in France. For a lot of you that don't know, Zach Young was instrumental in getting a lot of the equipment through donations with Mr. Dupps and graduated 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was a wizard. You know, you think about the things that he was able to do, the pregame studio shows, and really wasn't anything he couldn't see on ESPN or wherever and then translate it right here.
So in for Young is Summerall.
These guys are really, really good, Rob. It occurs to me, this Taylor team, showing the basketball. If you don't raise up, they shoot it. If you do raise up, they drive it. You know, I mean, they are really well schooled on handling the basketball.
Jump ball, Indian Hills ball. White Walks coming back in will take the place for Trey Lopez with 2:15 left here in the half, folks. The Braves are up by 6, 32-26. Of course, we got folks in Wenatchee, Washington watching the game, and folks in Hudson, Ohio.
Oh, absolutely.
And Stowe, Ohio.
Well, not sure exactly Looks like we have a timeout for the Braves. Braves getting the ball in the corner, and Coach wants to talk to him about it. Yeah, this Braves team, you get a little bit of a layoff. I mean, it's always, you don't know what you're going to get coming out. You've got, for the most part, guys making it to practice, but, you're going to have a couple of kids miss, and, they're out of school. The schedule's a little off. You don't have your routine, and you haven't played anybody, in a couple of weeks. So this Braves team, and Taylor as well. I think the only team that played during the break was Deer Park.
And they went down to Orlando and won the tournament.
Yeah. So they got, you think they're probably going to be sharp when they come back. Might be tired, but, man, I tell you what. How about that? You take Deer Park, or let's just think about these Indian Hill kids. You take them down there. You going to be one of the chaperones for that?
Absolutely. I think every high school team ought to be doing trips.
Now, do you think that when you're made as a chaperone, look at that. I mean, I hate to go back. I don't mean to be technical. We want to have fun here, but the way that they show the basketball, you got a guy that's 6-7 inches taller, and you're still able to get him up in the air and put him in a position where he's going to foul you. I mean, it really is something to be respected by this Taylor basketball team, and it's consistent. Looks like every one of these kids, and it doesn't matter if it's Luke or if it's Amari, doesn't matter. They're able to get guys up on their toes and or even up in the air in this case.
That's good coaching, good drill work, good ball work during practices.
And, sometimes, you get a culture with the kids. They either buy into these details that they matter, or the kids don't buy into it. And sometimes a kid that's a little more talented doesn't buy into it. But they always get to a level where it's necessary.
You don't know a thing or two about that, do you?
Well, I do know that there are people out there that can kick your butt if you decide to do it your way instead of the right way.
Watts called for a foul, a charging foul.
And you'll take that every day. That's fine. The way he battles, the way he gets on the glass. I mean, you wish everybody was playing as hard and playing as smart. But I was thinking about that. If you go down to Florida and you sign up to be one of these chaperones, how do you split up the kids? Now, which of these kids would you say, I'll be responsible for that kid?
So,
sure. I'll take David Heilbrunn. You know what? I'll make sure that he's in by midnight. I'll keep an eye out. If anything happens, he gets in trouble, I'll go help him out. Where's David? He's in his room reading a book. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I think I'll just go down to the lounge.
But see, that's the thing. You wouldn't need chaperones because you got David Halpern. He is the chaperone.
Yeah. Matthew Veith, hey, somebody cut their finger. We got anybody that knows how to bandage that? And where's the Eagle Scout? Oh, Matthew's over in room 250. And this Taylor team, I don't know. I've lost track, Rob, of how many times they've gotten to the line.
Well, we've got 10 fouls. So you've got to think at a minimum they've been to the line probably 5 times, 6 times.
And it's not that our kids aren't smart or well coached. They're both. But, boy, I tell you what, this Taylor team, got to give them credit. They put you in positions.
Walks with the 3. Spreads this lead to a 5-point lead again with 38 seconds left as Taylor brings it up.
Indian Hill with the ball handlers and the shooters to make Taylor pay for pressure.
That was a great move by number 10 for Taylor.
Yeah, it really was. Wide back up again.
Got Mateo to overcommit to trying to steal the ball.
And Ty crashing the boards, and again, being strong. Love it.
That was Josh Batty, the 5'9" guard, who's a senior, and that foul was against Josh Batty.
Ty plenty strong enough to play that way. And making a decision, it looks like tonight he is going to go attack, and I love it.
So we got 20, just shy of 21 seconds left here. It's a 35-32 game. Brian, coming into this game, would you have thought this game was going to be this contested?
Yeah, I think it will be for a while. I think the numbers for Indian Hill and the skill for these guys, I think will prevail. But yeah, I mean, these guys have played exactly the same schedule in the league, both to a 3-1 mark. And you look at what they did at Deer Park, Taylor, they played them very tight. So it's a good team.
Another man move by Josh Pate.
Well, you know what? Time and awareness, that clock, really nice job to finish the half. And again, this is a Taylor team. I think if you go into the locker room and you're Taylor, you're saying, hey, look, the stuff we do is repeatable. This isn't about shot making. This is about showing the ball, getting to the basket, being aggressive, playing hard, getting to the line. Boy, if we make a few more free throws, this is our game. If you're Indian Hill, I think you're still saying, hey, look, love the fact that they want to pressure us, love the fact they want to extend the floor. Let's use our athleticism and our skill to run this, and our depth of our team, right, to wear them down and to win this thing.
Okay, so we're going to have some replays here going into halftime. This is what you were talking about, showing that ball, getting Luke committed. He goes up, gets called for the foul. And like you said, this game's a different game if Taylor actually makes their foul shots.
Yeah, it sure is. And they're a good free throw shooting team, particularly Austin. He's missed a few or a couple at least. And that's a guy that's probably going to make them here in the second half if he gets the opportunity. Yeah, you look at these kids, I mean, really, the hesitation move right there and the one-handed finish, I mean, taking it with the dribble right to the same hand.
Well, this is if you go watch the film on Indian Hill. If you're coaching against Indian Hill, one of the things that you're going to, if you want to have success, press the ball into the lane. That's where Taylor's making. Other than the two, they've made one 3-point shot outside late in the second quarter, but most of their points in the second quarter came from driving the baseline, dishing the ball off into the paint, and getting guys on their toes, like you said. And that's smart basketball.
Yeah, I think unless you're a team, like a Moeller or somebody that just has, you're better at every position. I think, it always favors the team that's going to attack, but you got to, and it doesn't mean that you have to be a better athlete or you have to be taller or quicker, faster, whatever. But if you learn how to attack, if you learn how to get low and get off that hip, show the ball, get people off balance, you're gonna be successful. It's a mentality, and I think Taylor's got it.
And we're going to do a replay here with a little bit of telestration with Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez. Ty Thornton.
That'd be
This is a
player.
great outlet from Trey, and you're going to see him dish the ball down the court, moving it quickly, and Ty coming in here, moving around his defender and going up.
Yeah, Ty had that one where he Euro stepped and went to the basket. He had another one where he went outside off the glass and finished, but both of them really were Ty deciding he was going to attack. And, with his length, his athleticism, he's plenty strong enough to be able to do that in this league. And really, that's just going to open up everything else for him. Once he becomes a guy that attacks, people are going to be scared to get up on him. And, he's already long, and he's already got that shot where he's just got it set high. He's going to be able to get it off, and he's going to hit it, and it's going to be completely up to him. It's not going to have anything to do with the defender.
I'm Rob Young with Brian Shaw here at halftime where the Braves lead the Taylor Yellow Jackets 36-34. We're going to take about a 7-minute intermission here. We'll be back for the second half action here on a Friday night at Indian Hill Gymnasium.
injury. That's like something.
We're back on, folks. Welcome back to Indian Hill Gymnasium. I'm Rob Young with Brian Shaw, bringing you the second half action where the Braves are up 36-34. You know, when we go back and look at stats and everything, the one area that we've talked about for the Braves, we love them going to the basket. We've got to get better at finishing at the basket.
You know, you look out here at this group on the floor. I'm looking at all 10 kids. I can't think of a kid that didn't do something on both ends of the floor.
Yeah,
you know? I mean, these guys are all – I mean, I love watching this.
Block shot by Whitehead.
I mean, every one of them out there. You know, we sometimes play teams where, hey, your job is just to set screens or your job is just to do this.
Another block shot by –
boy, I tell you what.
Lots of physical play.
These kids
Whitehead
are
on.
playing hard. These kids are playing hard. It's worth every bit of the $6 these people paid to get in. Getting their money's worth.
And I like this lineup for the Braves. It's a little faster lineup when you put Amari in there. Nice dish. Again, there's that finish in the paint. Come on. Gonna be a jump ball.
I'll stay with the Braves. And great job, really. Wyatt Walks noticed that Danny Austin had Trey Lopez draped all over him, decided to come over, thinking he might be vulnerable, gets possession, and able to take it down for an opportunity. Good defense there by Taylor.
Lopez with a nice spin move. Rebound, Amari Whitehead with the two. Got to like the second chance points that we're getting.
Yeah, Braves playing hard and attacking and, not settling until that ball's in. Love it.
Well, let's see if we can get this thing stretched out to a 10-point lead again like we had in the second quarter, just to end it tied up. Wide Watts out to Mateo Lopez, who's going to drive in, dishes it off to Thornton for the two.
Great look there by Mateo. Great patience by Ty. Let that defender clear. They'll take themselves out of the way if you give them a chance. Boy, they really do. They show you the ball. Oh, finish with the left hand. Love it.
That was a great athletic move.
Oh.
Lopez into the paint for the two.
You know, Indian Hill practices that. Guy's got his back turned. You know, you can throw it right over his ear. Great job by Indian Hill to make the pass.
Mari's going to get called for the foul.
Just continues to put pressure on you. You know, Mari is a really athletic, quick kid. You got to be technically sound to go and get looks at the basket and get to the line against him.
Well, when you look at our stats, one of the other areas that the Braves have been plagued with this this season has been fouls. We've had a lot of fouls. We've had a couple games where guys have fouled out.
Well, you know, the two that really come to mind initially, Deer Park, you know, they're going to put pressure on you by attacking. And St. X, different type of situation where they're bigger, and they're going to put pressure on you because you got to be in perfect position. But looking at this Taylor team, you know, a lot of guys getting to the line. This is a team that's been to the line almost 200 times. And with tonight, they're now over 200 times.
Well, it's what you keep talking about, showing the ball, getting that defender up on his feet, and then jumping into him.
Yeah, they got to make a decision, you know. And the better and the more complete player you are, and both these teams have a lot of guys that are complete. They can shoot the ball, they can put it on the floor, they can finish. The more you can do the harder, obviously, it is to guard. But, you got to pick something. Either, hey, look, I'm just going to close out low, show high hands, and suffer the consequences on the shot, take away the drive, or I'm going to go contest the shot and get the blow by. Braves got good help defense, but, there isn't there really isn't a good answer for it if you get beat off the dribble.
So Waiawa with his 15th point of the game. The Braves are up 44-37. It's a 7-point game here as the Braves are on defense again. They've caused a couple turnovers already, playing very aggressive.
Hilbert doing a great job there. Kind of surprised Austin took time to read that backdoor opportunity. And Hilbert got tired of waiting.
That'll be Josh's third foul. I actually think it was a little bit of a hook, but
crafty. Yeah, there are a couple of these guys that, in all honesty,
Thornton gets the travel.
A couple of these guys, you look at them right now as high school kids, and they look like they are the Wiley guys down at the YMCA.
Yeah.
And you wonder what some of these guys are going to, like Hilbert, Walks, these guys, what are they going to be like when they're 40? I mean, how much smarter can they get?
Lopez into the paint, gets the two.
Trey Lopez doing a great job recognizing the advantage he had there lengthwise and just going over the smaller player to the basket.
Great steal off the foot of the Taylor player by Young. Bring a little more size in with Charlie Summerall.
Charlie continuing to be very efficient for this Braves team. And looks like, every day maybe a little bit feeling a little bit better physically.
Nice put in by Thornton.
Yeah, Ty Thornton really deliberate tonight, making it a concerted effort to take the ball to the basket and finish. That is going to help him now, and it's going to help him later. Big fella. Love it. There's a kid similar to that.
Called Mateo on that foul. That'll be his second foul.
In the Indian Hill program, playing JV basketball for Indian Hill by the name of
Summerall with the still, and number 24 is going to get called for the block there.
Max Schulten, kid that has got, the football coaches look at him and say, you're a basketball player in a football player's body, but that loves the game and can do quite a bit. Going to be a great, really good player.
Hot dog and popcorn for only $1.
Well, Rob left the booth. I don't know if you could hear it, but popcorn and hot dogs are $1. So Rob Young is on his way. He'll be back momentarily with an armful of each. And here he comes.
Don't forget the Coca-Cola.
Kind of makes you wish you were here.
Three replays. Trey with the spin move on the inside.
Yeah, great,
rebounded by Amari.
Great pivot foot there by Trey Lopez.
You got Trey driving in, putting it up, and getting the two.
Yeah, Trey recognizing a smaller player and saying, I'm going to take this to the basket. Thank you very much. And this is what I really like about tonight. Of all the great things that have happened, just really like Ty Thornton taking the ball to the basket. Like to see him get to the line, too.
Thornton into the lane. Nice fingertip roll for the two. Braves are up by 13 now.
Rob, when I say it's good now and it's good later, I mean right now it's good because he's getting buckets. Later, it's good because he's going to get more comfortable with it. People are going to have to respect it. It's going to open up his outside game, but it's going to make him more of a creator. And with the number of guys
Young
around
up with
him,
a shot off the mark.
with the number of guys around him, that's a beautiful thing for this Braves basketball team. Whoa.
Young with his first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, those two have been playing together a long time. Young with the finish and a great look by Trey Lopez.
Basket's up and good for 3. So it's a 10-point game.
That's not just good touch, Rob. That's living right.
Taylor's going to be called for the foul. Be their 13th foul. Would be out of bounds on the baseline.
Good to see Luke back in the game. Look at that. Deliberate. Love it.
Nice rebound by Charlie Summerall to put it back in.
Strong for 2.
And Rob, what we thought we would see at some point is just too much firepower, and we're seeing it right now with the Braves.
Luke with the rebound.
I believe it was a 2-point game at the half. Keep it up. There you go.
There we go.
And Braves now up 14, so 12-point Braves advantage here in the third quarter. And I expect it'll even get worse in the fourth quarter as the fatigue starts to wear in. That's not a play that would have happened in the first half. Boy, the pace of this thing just up and back.
See who he's going to call this on. He's going to call it on Lopez, Trey Lopez. That'll be his third foul.
Yeah, might have had your pick of Braves there, and Trey's the guy that walked away with it. Can't see there. How many does that?
That gives us 14 fouls.
Is that the personal, though, on Trey? Is that third?
His third, yes.
Yeah.
But your choice was Lopez or Lopez in that
Right.
situation.
Yeah, give it to
Either
the
one of them would end up with 3 fouls.
Give it to the Lopez with less. You know, I mean, we're a socialist.
Well, they were tied at 2 apiece.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter. One of them was coming out with 3 fouls. So you got in the game for the Braves right now, you got Whitehead, Mateo Lopez, Luke Robinson. Not yet.
And looks like some subbing here for Taylor this last minute 23 to get their guys a blow. The pace has been really tough.
Mateo with the pull up, gets his own rebound. Amari drives into the lane, gets hacked. He'll be at the line shooting 2. Now, if we got Amari to work on that, because he's another one of those players that loves to show the ball, and then he changes directions on you at the last minute.
Yeah, you know, Amari can shoot a little bit. He's shot the ball well this year. His percentage from the field is one that you have to respect. Just looking at Amari's numbers, shooting almost 60% from the field and 33% from the 3. He doesn't take a lot of threes. He's only 1 for 3 on the year, but yeah, you do have to respect that.
It's the second of 2, making this a 13-point game.
It's Friday night, 8:30 or so, and the bank is open. Must be TD Bank out in Philadelphia. That one, it's always open.
Another three. Watts with a three. That's his 18th point of the game.
Great understanding and the ability to finish.
.11 game. Thornton in. Whitehead loses the grip.
Right now with the sub situation here for Taylor, just trying to get here to the end of the third period. I wouldn't be surprised to see them play for one shot. If you can get this thing under 10, I think they'd feel like that's a bonus. Well, not sure why you'd roll it out if you play for one. Maybe they won't. This usually is a pin down for a three. They had it. They just had the ball on the wrong side of the floor. Tell you what, if they got the finish, that couldn't have worked out any better for Taylor. I think the fatigue, Rob, starting to set in. You know, they've been trying to keep pace and get up and down with this Braves team that's a little deeper and a little quicker, and I think it's taken everything they have out of them.
Yeah, so it's a +9 for the Braves on this quiet last Friday of Christmas break. Happy New Year's to our IHTN watchers. I'm Rob Young with Brian Shaw. Tonight's action is brought to you by Weiler Automotive, Valley Asphalt, Dial 1, Bob's Summerall Tire, Huntington Bank, National Heating and Cooling, Grass Corps, got Sipsy Klein, Beacon Orthopedic, who Terry out there is a landmark here at Indian Hill. Been taking care of Indian Hill athletes thanks to Dr. Kremchek and the Beacon Orthopedic team.
Terry Conti does many things. You know, obviously keeps these boys in line, first of all, teach them to be better young men, keeps them healthy, keeps them on the court, on the field, whatever the case may be. But, Rob, she's figured out something that I think very few people have figured out, but everybody understands. And what I mean by that is, are you a fan of cheesecake? Hilbert with a bucket?
Absolutely.
Well, cheesecake, you know, is very rich. You know, a little bit of cheesecake, it goes a long way. Terry has made cheesecake into kind of a muffin and like a cupcake cheesecake. Good touch here by Luke Robinson.
Taylor's not giving up here. They're going for it.
Yeah.
Robinson with the rebound.
But it's just the perfect amount of cheesecake, and it's
nice
a great
feed from Lopez to Lopez. Just the right amount, huh?
Terry Conti really has come up with something. Whoa.
Mateo pulls the charge.
Great job by Mateo Lopez. Hopefully all his teammates will see him on the sideline, all standing and applauding. Mateo giving up his body.
That's Bate's fourth foul. Team fifth foul.
And Lopez doing something I know that this team really wanted to do against a couple of opponents last year. You think about, you know, these teams change every year, but last year had a couple of teams, Hughes and Deer Park, that were just begging for somebody to step in and take a charge. And hats off to Mateo Lopez getting these. That's contagious. Let's see another one.
What a move by Mateo Lopez.
Yeah, you know, and that physicality on the defensive end just extended over there to put his head down and get to the basket. And that is a terrific thing. Great push, great find by Lopez.
And the dunk by Ty Thornton.
Trey Lopez with a great look, and we talked about it, I think, before the break. Ty Thornton loves that left foot, right hand. And he hammers it down. Love it.
Here it comes. Here comes the replay of Ty Thornton with a great outlet pass from Trey Lopez. You see the missed shot by Taylor, rebound by Robinson, outlet pass by Lopez, and right in for the dunk.
Yep. Looking for Dad. Looking for Jalen. Jalen, I think Jalen got that on film. Now, how many of those did Jalen throw down in his career?
-4. I got to give the hats off to the younger Thornton on this
Yeah,
one.
no question. You don't see a lot of that here at Indian Hill High School, but I love it. I love it. A lot of guys doing it in practice. You know, every year they got 3 or 4 guys that are doing it in practice, but, game situation, and there was a little traffic there. That wasn't a wide open thing. Love that.
That was a beautiful, beautiful shot by Thornton.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to guard him and you want to keep him from dunking, don't let him go off that left foot with the right hand, because he will get that done every time. Here's the pin down. The running Austin around, and he doesn't take the shot.
Thornton tries to tip it out.
Nice little step back there. Knew exactly where he was on the floor. Why take a bad 2 when you can take a good 3? This kid really is good, Rob. He's a multi-dimensional player too, as you would expect.
Great drive by Lopez.
Speaking of multi-dimensional, we all know how Mateo can stroke it. He's taking it to the basket with authority tonight. Great job, Luke. Way to stay on the floor.
The Euro step by Wyatt Watts.
Sometimes with these guys, you're just good offense beating good defense.
And just for the record, you've got Watts with.
Yeah.
That's going to be a foul on Lopez. That'll be his 4th foul.
I can tell you with 100% certainty, when he took the ball away from Lopez at half court, it was not going to go in on the other end.
No.
Trey was not going to have that. Almost got the steal, but called for the foul, and that'll be his 4th. He'll come out for a little bit. We're almost at the witching hour where you bring him right back. Well, these guys really do scrap. Testament to Indian Hill to be able to be up.
Nice feed by.
To be up on this team by 12 is hard as they're
Josh
playing.
Young's 4th foul. It's a 70-58 game here with 4:52 left.
Well, they continue to get to the line. Having a hard time finishing.
That'll be Josh's 5th foul.
See Linda Holmes over here. She's got the 300 lens with the 2X converter. I made that up, but she is over there with a pretty nice equipment right there, taking pictures. The pride of Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana.
And don't mess with her when it comes to technology. She'll run loops around you.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. And if she doesn't, she figures it out. Linda Holmes and the Jackson 5.
Nice rebound by Summerall.
These Braves really been on the board. I'd like to know how many putbacks tonight. It's been a big portion. And that's
There'll be a foul on Charlie Summerall.
Yeah, that's one, in all honesty, I think that's got a lot more to do with the offensive player being able to sell that to the ref than it does with the defender. But you got to give credit, guys that know how to do that. I mean, you got to give credit. That is a great play. Very impressed. I don't know how many points he's got. If you can read that.
Who? Summerall?
No. Kid for Taylor, number 2.
Number
Danny
2
Austin
has 13.
13. The Braves right now spreading it out, taking some time, looking for an easy opportunity, and they usually get it. It's amazing when you run it like this where everything isn't about trying to score.
Whitehead with the and one opportunity.
And you spread it out and you make the defense work for a little bit. It's amazing how many times you get something like what Mari just did there. Mari Whitehead just having a great senior basketball year. We'll take a look at that.
Watch this great move here by Amari.
I mean, you get guy out on him at the volleyball line with no help. That's a hard guard. Mari fighting on those offensive boards. Trey Lopez, Mateo Lopez. Tell you what, that takes the heart rate out of you. And I know this Taylor team, watching them in the first half when they were fresh, how hard they play and how prideful they are of playing hard and competing. It's got to be killing them to have the last couple of possessions where Indian Hill has taken multiple shots. But credit to these Indian Hill kids. They've got a little bit of depth. They've had a little bit more of a blow on the sidelines than Taylor, but you know what? They've matched every bit, if not more, of the effort. And, the talent's never a question on this team, and the effort really isn't either. Love that marriage.
Going to have a foul. I think it's going to be called on Amari. That'll be his 4th. Nope, it's called on Lopez. That's his 5th foul.
Boy, Trey Lopez with great help and pinned that ball against the backboard. That looked pretty good to me. But, I know certainly one of the 5 fouls tonight,
so
you could make a good case was not a foul.
Your 2 team captains have fouled out of the game.
Right. But the good news is with 3:41, the thing that would kill Trey is if he wasn't out there. And, this was a game that Taylor took from him. So up to the rest of these guys to make sure that Josh and Trey are okay with that.
Well, and like you said, this is a good depth team. Lots of athleticism. Nice feed.
Really impressed with Indian Hill.
And that'll be called on Mateo. That'll be his 3rd foul.
Impressed with Indian Hill and how, they can move the ball around in tight spaces. Guys can thread the needle, but a guy can catch and get the ball up on the rim. And they really are a skilled team with good hands, quick kids, tough kids.
There's lots of time left. This is only a 10-point game. The Braves have got to play smart. But if Taylor does, Taylor's had a rough night at the line, and this has been a team that historically this season has shot well from the line.
Yeah, this Taylor team didn't just miss them here with fatigue late in the game. They missed them to start the game. And I think they're going to look back at that, and that's going to be, a 9-point game. I got to think If they made the free throws they normally would make, we'd be at a 1 possession, maybe a 2 possession instead of a 3 possession game.
And it could be a 1 possession game the other way.
Yes, it could.
It'll be interesting to see on the season what they're shooting 62% from the line as a team.
Good timeout right there. Coach Birch with possession, get an opportunity to run something, take some time off this clock, maybe get a little bit easier look. Yeah, this is a team, similar to Indian Hill, really. Indian Hill's shooting 68.5% coming in. Taylor's shooting just about 67% coming into the game. Difference between them, I know Indian Hill hasn't played quite as many games, but Indian Hill's probably at about 115 free throws on the year, and Taylor's over 200.
So here comes some replays showing you the offensive power of Indian Hill. Luke Robinson with the rebound, the outlet to watch. Lopez drives the lane to his brother.
Yeah, Lopez has had Trey Lopez, tremendous vision tonight. Finding Ty, finding Mateo.
Lopez, that's Mateo Lopez with the spin. Robinson with the rebound.
And here's a look
here's the dunk. So just a little bit of the action in the fourth quarter where the Braves have put some separation. We're down to a 9-point game, though.
Yeah, Ty and Mateo both tonight really being strong with the ball going to the basket. And that, we had one where Luke did a nice job staying on the floor, just better offense.
So we're back to live action here. The Braves have the ball underneath the basket. Nope. Sorry, that's a shooting foul. It's a one-on-one foul.
Good opportunity to get these Braves to the line. Last 2 minutes and 49 seconds. We might see quite a few free throws here. Mateo, a good shooter.
That's his 16th point.
But, coming into tonight's game, Braves in 6 games, Mateo has shot 11 free throws.
And so you got Wyatt Watts with 20. You got Ty Thornton with 19. Mateo with 16. All juniors.
Yeah, great balance on this team.
That is right. Ty Thornton is a sophomore. Which is when you start looking at the really competitive teams. Bank is still open here at Indian Hill tonight.
Fifth Third Bank isn't open.
Well, they should be if they want to really be a Fifth Third more.
Well, they got the internet banking now. They get the mobile banking. Again, left foot just a little bit outside the jumping range, the launching range. Great take, though, nonetheless. Again, all kidding aside, just really happy to see him doing what he's doing tonight because he could do it against anybody.
Thornton now leads the team with 21 points.
And Charlie Summerall going to go to the line.
Taylor's going to take their chance at fouling us. Use the odds and statistics against us, but let's see how young Mr. Summerall does for us.
Charlie 4 of 5 from the line this year.
Make that 5 of 6. And he's got 5 points on the night. Make that 6 of 7 for the season. Not the right guy to foul. So we're back to a 12-point game. Not sure what kind of play that is. In and out. Summerall.
Oh boy. Just watching Danny Austin here, and good news. I'm not saying it was a flop by any stretch. I think there was definitely contact there, but the way it looked when it first happened with the back of Charlie's head, it's kind of worried about Danny, and looks like he's fine.
Stretching that jaw out a little bit.
Yeah, you start talking about that nose area and some stuff like that, and, well, as the world's changed quite a bit. Anything up around the head, it just becomes a major concern. So everything's good. And I like the fact that these Braves are getting to the line. This is a really talented team. It's a team of guys that can shoot the basketball. But boy, going to the line in games coming up that are going to be close, right? I mean, maybe you have a Wyoming game that's close or a Deer Park game that's close, whatever the case may be, tournament game. It's nice to not be shooting your 7th, 10th, 15th free throw of the year. It's nice to have 50 or 60.
Yep.
And it'd be good to see the Braves get some guys to that level. Right now, I mean, again, coming into tonight, Wyatt Walks and Trey Lopez, the only two guys with 20 through 6 games.
Well, you've got Ty Thornton with 21 points on the night. You've got Wyatt Watts with 20. And then Mateo Lopez with 17. Summerall on the floor with 6. And Whitehead
right there, you've got a fouling situation. If you can make that first pass, coach is going to be asking for a foul. Of course, first trap, you'd like to get a steal or a turnover, throw it away like what happened there. But, you get another pass, and, somebody else is shooting free throws right now. Been waiting to see that develop,
and he's going to be shooting 3. That's Whitehead's 4th foul.
Yeah, they run that. That's really a nice look. Indian Hill knows it's coming. Indian Hill talked about it all week. It's what they do. They just do it really well. Indian Hill's been able to take it away most of the night.
Well,
but that, when you look at where he was a little deep. And Amari just happened to bump it.
And you can see the Taylor coach is playing an offensive set and a defensive set because he needs the fouls to slow the clock down.
Right.
And he's got some of his scoring guys are in foul trouble, so he's going to take them out, bring the defensive set in so that as soon as the Braves get the ball, they're going to foul.
Yeah, Rob, with this league having, Wyoming undefeated, but then Deer Park and Indian Hill and Taylor all with 1 loss. This is one of those separation games. Now all of a sudden, Indian Hill, in spite of losing to Deer Park, moves on as a second-place team, and Taylor falls behind a pack, and that's tough. That's tough. You can see it on these kids right now. They've had a special start to this season, and I'm sure this is a major disappointment. But Taylor going to fall to 3-2. Indian Hill going to go to 4-1. I'm sure Deer Park will probably be at 4-1 after tonight. Wyoming probably at 4-0. Although, as I understand it, Wyoming might be playing without Evan Prather. Talked about how good a year that Isaiah Walker is having. He's having a tremendous year. And maybe one of the biggest impacts to the league, really, is Damian Creighton that came over, averaging over 5.5 assists per game, but came back home to Wyoming, having gone to Moeller, I think. But it's tough to play without Evan Prather if that's the case with the All-Star games this weekend. Yeah, this team's not quitting. It's impressive. And they're not really looking to talk about a whole lot. They're trying to get these kids a little energy and get that clock stopped. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see if Walker, if Prather is out this weekend, Well, I tell you what, you think about the defense that Walker will face, sometimes when the other guy leaves and you're getting doubled and face guarded.
You really don't have enough.
It's tough. See how he responds. I'll be interested to see the box scores this weekend.
So the Braves are up by 7 now with 51 seconds left. These Taylor Yellow Jackets, like you said, Brian, are not giving up.
No, this is a good program. It's going to continue to get better and better, and they got some big kids. You saw that JV game. A little bit of a push there that was called. Charlie Summerall going to go back to the line. And Swigert with a good idea, really trying to get the same turnover they just got a possession ago.
Charlie makes another one. Gives Charlie 7 on the night.
With that pressure, obviously Indian Hill love to get the ball to the middle of the floor, make them cover the entire floor. You pass it up to them. Sometimes they give you that pass up, and it can be tough. The pass right up the floor on the same side, ball side. Well, Charlie doing a great job at the line. Exactly what you're supposed to do.
Nice ball movement by Taylor. Rebound by Whitehead. He's quickly fouled.
Yeah, which,
and this is nothing against Amari, but that's the right player to be fouling on the floor for the Braves. The one player that you want to send to the line for the Braves out of the guys that are out on the floor right now would be Amari.
Well, making just his 4th trip to the line this season. And, it's true for all these Braves. If they want to be able to make free throws when they count in tough situations down the stretch, they're going to have to get to the line. Amari's situation obviously is minutes. But for some of the other guys, Ty, Mateo, these are guys that they're going to be called on at some point. Let's hope they're playing really meaningful games and situations.
Amari makes the second of 2. No fouls, guys. Play straight up, play straight up.
Indian Hill doing a good job making Taylor take time off the clock.
Good rebound on the inside by Taylor. Get the 2.
Yep. Yeah, Wyatt, smart player. It's like, hey, I know they're going to foul. They don't have enough time to try to steal the pass. They're going to have to foul me right now. And that's a beautiful thing. Wyatt Walk's going to get better as a basketball player as a result of this trip to the line, and he's going to get richer as far as points scored. And his team's going to extend this lead, too.
Wyatt misses the front end of the 2 shots.
Put some perspective on this. Braves have had guys. There's a guy that wore number 5 a few years ago, go to the line 130 times, 140 times in a season.
Nice steal by Wyatt Watt. Gets the ball stripped, but Amari's right there to. And Amari's just trying to dribble away.
Yeah.
I don't want fouled.
Just pick that ball up, hold it, don't get tied up, and get to the line. Get yourself some points. Get yourself some experience. I love it. There are guys on every team that you'll see that with. Comes to this part of the game, they flash a little harder to the ball. And once they catch it, they're not throwing it. They're waiting for that hand to slap them and going to the line.
Amari makes the second of his 2 there.
He's had a terrific start to this basketball season as a senior. I hope he's enjoying it. I think he is. Well, Rob, that was a terrific game and a separation game, as we said, for the Braves. Braves now in a different area, looking at Deer Park, looking at Wyoming, and Taylor looking at the other three. So
it's 85-75 here at the end of the game for the Braves, where the Braves take home another win. We'll be back. The Braves are in action again tomorrow night against West Claremont out at West Claremont. If you're free tomorrow night, come see a great basketball program, play another great basketball program. It's the little guys against the big guys. You talk about, most people don't know this. You have Amelia and the West Claremont schools
Glen
that
Estee
merged,
and
Glen
Amelia.
Estee, which was Glen Estee.
Right.
Those schools merged together. They have almost 4,000 students in that school.
Yeah, and if you've got that many kids, you're going to have some of everything. Well, they have some of everything. They've got a 6'11" kid that is going to play college basketball, probably in the MAC.
He's going to Miami.
And,
Josh has played some summer ball with him.
And it's going to be interesting. A kid, unfortunately, only averaging about 6 shots a game, which I don't know how that happens, But part of it is being able to get him basketball. Look forward to seeing how the Braves defend it. Look forward to seeing how the Braves try to get up and down against that team. I think it'll be a contrast in styles. I think if you got a kid that size, you're probably going to play some zone defense. It'll be interesting to see how the Braves handle that. And this Braves basketball team really with a couple of good wins. This Taylor win was a good win. They played a good team in Deer Park, a good team in St. X, but they didn't win those games.
Right.
So it'd be nice to win a game against a team like West Claremont.
Well, they beat Anderson, which is not a shabby team.
That's right. And West Claremont team that lost to St. X by 20.
So I'm Rob Young with Brian Shaw, getting ready to sign off here. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year. We'll see you back here for the next home game at Braves Gymnasium on Tuesday.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.